Ladies and gentlemen, as we celebrate America's 250th anniversary, our Super Bowl 60 captains and honorary captains represent the past, present, and future of our sport and our great country. The captains of the NFC champion Seattle Seahawks, Sam Darnold, Jackson Smith-Njigba, Devin Witherspoon, Brady Russell, Leonard Williams, and Julian Love. The captains of the AFC champion New England Patriots, Drake May, Hunter Henry, Robert Spillane, Marcus Jones, Brendan Schooler, and Christian Gonzalez. Our honorary captains for Super Bowl 60, three remarkable young leaders and football players from the Bay Area, representing SPAT, Dominic, representing Big Brothers Big Sisters, Sterling, and representing the Boys and Girls Clubs of America, Yesenia. Joining them are three Pro Football Hall of Famers and Super Bowl MVPs. He was the MVP of Super Bowl 10 from the Pittsburgh Steelers, Lynn Swann. Super Bowl 41 MVP and Super Bowl 50 champion played right here in the Bay Area, Peyton Manning. And three-time Super Bowl MVP from the San Francisco 49ers, Joe Montana. For this historic coin toss, the NFL is honored to use the Libertas Americana Medal, a treasure of our nation's founding, designed by Benjamin Franklin, commemorating 1776. Following today's ceremony, this historic coin will take its place in the Smithsonian's National Museum of American History. And now, please welcome game referee Sean Smith.
Congratulations, gentlemen, on winning your conference championship, and welcome to Super Bowl 60. I'm Sean Smith, and I'll be your referee today. With Seattle being the visiting team, you will make the call. In my hand is the commemorative coin, the Lady of Liberty representing heads, and this side is tails. Joe Montana, would you please do the honors of tossing the coin once we get the choice? What is your choice?
Tails.
Tails is the choice. Tails. Heads. You want to toss? New England's won the toss and elected to refer their choice to the second half. Switch ends, gentlemen. Seattle will receive the ball on this end of the field. Good luck, gentlemen.
The first play of the playoffs for the Seahawks for a kick return touchdown in the divisional game. 60 minutes to crown the 60th Super Bowl champ. Off we go from Santa Clara. They don't want Shaheed to return it. Touchback, ball come out. A good field position to the 35-yard line. That's where Sam Darnold and the Seattle offense will take over. 1 year ago today, Super Bowl Sunday, Sam Darnold had no idea he'd be a Seattle Seahawk. He had come off a 14-win season with Minnesota. Headed to free agency, Geno Smith was the Seahawks quarterback. Seattle and Geno couldn't get a deal done. Went to the free agency market, and they found Sam Darnold. Here he is, starting the Super Bowl.
Quarterback number 14, Sam Darnold.
Kenneth Walker, the running back. It begins from the 35. And Walker, as he loves to do, bounces it outside. Right around a first down as he's knocked out of bounds at the 45-yard line. It is a pickup of 10. The chains to start the game. This is a California kid born in Southern California, the first USC Trojan to start a Super Bowl. The Jets took him number 3 overall. Rough 3 years there, traded. They started the journey with the 4 other teams, ending up with the 14-win season in Minnesota last year. For Walker, he'll try the right side this time. New England strings him out. No game, maybe they lost a half a yard. Jelani Tavai over there for the Patriots on the stop.
Yeah, and we've talked a little bit about what's going to happen in this game, and Jackson Smith and Jigba, Cooper Kupp, all the receivers, a big part of it. But what New England's defense is focused in on is Kenneth Walker. The one thing that they believe is they're not winning this game unless they can stop the running game of the Seattle Seahawks.
On 2nd and 10, Darnold completes it to Barner. Just got that past Jones, the nickel, and it's a first down for the second-year man out of Michigan, the tight end A.J. Barner.
That throw had to be absolutely perfect. You're going to see the matchup right there. And Marcus Jones, I don't think he can believe he missed it.
Seattle gets into tempo, jumps the ball, fake to Shaheed. Darnold downfield for Kupp. Cooper got it as he inbounds. They say yes. The Super Bowl 56 MVP takes Seattle into the red zone.
One of the things you'll see with both of these teams is that they want to undercut those routes, and that was dropped in perfectly. Was it a catch?
They're at the line quickly. They were going tempo before. No challenge flag. Darnold scanning with nothing open, keeps it alive by putting it out of play. Incomplete. That may be, Chris, almost just get to the line and get the snap off.
Oh, no question about it. They were trying to get up there because they knew there was a little bobble, a little question about whether or not that was there. Well done on the part of Seattle.
Get one more look at the Kupp catch as the ball was moving, and is he maintaining control? Again, clear and obvious would be the only reason replay assist would jump in. Otherwise, you've got a challenge. They did not. We'll have Terry McCauley, our 3-time Super Bowl referee, with us throughout the game if we need anything clarified. And Terry said that should have been a catch. 2nd and 10. Walker to the right. A couple of yards. We're down at the 15-yard line. We'll get to 3rd and 8. Walker's been terrific in these playoffs. 38 rushes, 178 yards, and 4 touchdowns. But now it's 3rd down.
And the New England Patriots love to play man coverage. One of the interesting tests here is whether or not they're going to be willing to play man coverage in tight situations against these 3 wide receivers.
Gave it to Walker 3 times already. He comes out. George Halani's the 3rd down back. Offensive Player of the Year, Jackson Smith and Jigba, top of the screen in the slot. 3rd and 7, Pats bringing some pressure. Darnold throws, and it's incomplete, intended for Rashid Shaheed. Carlton Davis had the coverage. We got our first field goal attempt of the game.
I mean, we are seeing the New England Patriots secondary. Watch them jumping routes in here. The passes that were completed down the field were so close to being picked, and it looks like the Patriots have come out here and decided, look, we're going to take our shots. We're going to go try and get the football away from Sam Darnold. They have been very aggressive so far.
Jason Myers, 11-year veteran. Good season, kicking from 33 yards. And the Seahawks get the first points of the game. 8 plays and 51 yards down the field. Stopped in the red zone. But 3 for Mike McDonald's team. And now Mike Vrabel's guys get the ball. In shadows at 3:48 Pacific time. So Myers, who had the great season, had the most points of anyone in the NFL. He'll be kicking it away with a good breeze behind his back, a breeze that has picked up in the last half hour or so. Kyle Williams is the man the Patriots would love to see return it. It will be Dearness Johnson taking it back from the goal line. Johnson tackled around the 28-yard line. Both teams very good on special teams. Patrick O'Connell with the tackle there. And here comes Drake May against this Seattle defense. For a whole generation of New Englanders, it has been Tom Brady as the quarterback leading them out. Now the cheers were somewhat for May, but in part what feels like a partisan Seattle crowd making noise with the Seahawks on defense. Begins at 28-yard line. Ramondre Stevens with the carry up inside, and Stevenson takes it to the 34-yard line. So born in Carolina, Drake May played his college football in Chapel Hill. Number 3 overall pick by the Patriots, and really blossomed here in year 2 as the runner-up to Matthew Stafford for league MVP. Very tight vote as well. Second youngest ever Super Bowl starter behind Dan Marino when he started Super Bowl 19 out here in the Bay Area. Right back to Ramondre. He'll be a yard shy of the first down. 50-er back out of Oklahoma is tackled, setting up 3rd and 1 for this New England offense. And Stevenson, Chris, has become the guy in the backfield in these playoffs.
Yeah, he's the trusted guy. He's the one that they believe knows how to do the blitz pickup. He's a good receiver coming out of the backfield. But I do think we're going to see a little bit of Travion Henderson in this one and some of his explosiveness.
It's officially 3rd and a couple. It's really a yard and a half.
Always have to keep your eye on Drake May.
Stevenson out to catch it, breaks the tackle and gets the first down. Bumped out of bounds past the 40, mark him at the 43. Julian Love couldn't make the play. First down, New England.
You're going to see the protection a little bit shaky on the part of Will Campbell there, but that is Stevenson making the catch. He used to be a wideout back in his days when he was playing in high school, and they would let him throw it around a little.
Fake to Douglas, who was the motion man. May's going to come right back to him. And a good move, and a second move by Demario Pop Douglas takes it into Seahawks territory at the 49. It's a pickup of 8.
How happy do you think Drake May is he's not playing in the snow again? Both these teams have come out throwing the ball, and I'll tell you, Pop Douglas this year, it hasn't been every game, but he has had some massive plays, really exciting big plays for this offense.
That's the play calling matchup. The head coach for Seattle, Mike McDonald, calls the D. On the inside, Josh McDaniels in his 10th Super Bowl with the Patriots. First down run by Ramondre Stevenson over the right side. Takes it right around the 45-yard line. So both teams have settled in here offensively with good opening drives.
I think New England is thrilled with what's going on right now. They have had success running the football here early in the game. And if they can do that, it's going to take pressure off that left side of the offensive line. Rookies Will Campbell and Jared Wilson.
Travion Henderson checks in as the back, helps protect. May has to escape, and he cannot. Brought down for the sack, Derek Hall.
One issue Will Campbell has had in his professional career is that he often gets knocked right back into the quarterback, and Derek Hall, one of the more powerful pass rushers for Seattle. And you could tell that Drake May was looking over his shoulder just a little bit. He knows the weakness on that left side of the offensive line.
It happened on the 3rd down check down that they converted to Ramondre Stevenson as well. Campbell was pushed back into the quarterback's lap. 2nd and long. He can run, he can take off, and loves to do this. The scrambler gets a dozen before Nicky Manwari The outstanding safety, the rookie for the Seahawks, made the tackle.
And this is when Drake May's at his best. When he is going that way, defenses really struggle because he's learned to keep his eyes down the field and he hits big plays. But it has been the plays with his legs in the playoffs so far that have really made the difference.
Right back to the 44, so all the sack yards plus 1 picked up. 3rd and 9, Stevenson the back for New England. Seahawks bringing heat. 3 rushers, Witherspoon. May just gets rid of it. Out of the tackle box, there's no receiver there. That negates an intentional grounding, but the pressure forces 4th down and a punt.
Well, Witherspoon comes into the slot in the nickel situations like this, and they love to send him on blitzes off the edge. And right now, it has been Seattle and their creativity on the defensive side that really saved that drive.
The Seattle defense attack. They get so many people around the football. You watch a tackle, you see a lot of blue shirts around the ball as this game goes on. Bryce Baringer to kick for New England. Punter will try to pin Rashid Shaheed deep. And over end Shaheed calls for, makes the fair catch just inside the 10. This will drive 2 for Seattle will begin. Just past halfway through this opening quarter, Super Bowl 60. The Seahawks up 3. About 40 miles southeast of San Francisco. Here at the southern end of the San Francisco Bay, most of the fans spent their week or weekend up in the city of San Francisco. And come on down here for this game. Kenneth Walker's the back. Drive 2 for Seattle starts at their own 10. Out of the pistol will fake by Darnold. Pressured and he throws incomplete and nearly staying up in the air long enough for Robert Spillane to come up with an interception.
Well, they told us Sam Darnold had a little Brett Favre in him, and I'm starting to believe it. He is throwing into tight windows here. That one just barely had enough room. And so far, it has been the pressure of the secondary that really has impressed me. And Darnold's going to take a shot on the back end of that. It almost looks like defensively, New England thinks they need to win the game on this side of the ball.
It's a great call. Playing with aggression. Anthony Jennings the hit on Darnold. 2nd and 10. Back to the air. And Darnold's throw is complete. Jackson Smith and Jigba. Offensive player of the year in the league. Only 4 on that one before Carlton Davis brings him down. Setting up 3rd and a half dozen.
I used to play receiver in the National Football League, and watching Jackson Smith and Jigba this week, I was like, I'm just stunned. I kind of ran out of words to describe his route running ability. There has been nobody able to cover him one-on-one this year.
Year 3 out of Ohio State, and he has been sensational.
Pressure look.
They need 6. Patriots back out of it. Got away from the tackle for the moment. Now Darnold has to put it up. Smith and Jigba broke free, but he didn't have time to get it on his hands. Oh, boy. Big play on both ends nearly happened.
Oh, what an escape, first of all, by Sam Darnold. And then Jigba escaped out of the back end, and oh my goodness, it was a walk-in touchdown. Jalen Hawkins just missed, got up and hustled back, and it just forced Darnold to hurry a bit.
Both teams have terrific punt returners. Michael Dixon may be the best punter in the league. Pressured there, gets that one away. It'll be a fair catch of a 51-yarder by Marcus Jones at the 35-yard line. Got an extra offensive lineman. They'll go with 6 every once in a while. Thayer Munford, 4th-year man out of Ohio State, in the lineup. And they'll protect this time as May climbs the pocket and fires complete downfield. To the 43-yard line, Kayshon Boutte with the reception. Nice gain for New England.
It's almost all zone coverage when you're talking about Seattle. And you can see that Drake May no longer takes off to run when he's stepping up in the pocket. He has become a quarterback. He is looking for that ball down the field, and he can dissect those zone defenses. His receivers, Booty included, are really good at that.
21 on that game. They tried the delay here. Nothing doing for Travion Henderson. Stacked in the backfield. Seattle had great penetration. Ernest Jones and Drake Thomas, both linebackers were there.
It's kind of interesting to watch Drake Thomas, who took over early in the year. But this guy is a little fire plug, and he just fires. Anytime he thinks he sees something, he is sprinting to the ball. And pretty much this defense, you will see 8 or 9 guys in the frame at every tackle. They really hustle.
Look at them, they're in attack mode. Hey. 2nd and 14. Free runner comes again, out to Henderson, stopped in the open field. Josh Jobe comes off the corner. They've got terrific corners to make plays like that when they bring pressure, and it's 3rd and long.
So, Mike, they bring pressure here, and they know what the hot is. And so then they just simply send somebody directly there, so they are understanding completely what the offense of the Patriots are, and they are adjusting to it and making some big plays.
Third and 15, pressure comes from deep that time, and it gets there with a sack. So the secondary's been in the backfield multiple times. That's Witherspoon again. This time he got his man.
That's as good a rush by Devin Witherspoon as you will see in the National Football League. Watch this fly up. He's going to make the first tackle miss and go right through the rest for a routine sack. They have 2 guys out there, Witherspoon and Eman Ware, who are as good as there is in this league, coming with pressure off that edge.
And a protection problem on offense. Barringer kicked the line drive. Shaheed from the 6. Very dangerous, but well covered by Del Pettis and the New England special Clint Kubiak in his first year as the offensive coordinator for the Seahawks. Why do they expect it to get the Raiders head coaching job in the next few days? Zach Core is calling the defensive plays on the side for New England. Terrell Williams was the defensive coordinator when the season started, treated for prostate cancer. He's here watching the game, but Core has stepped in and done a really nice job calling this defense, 4th toughest to score on in the league, and shut down Kenneth Walker there on 1st down after a gain of 2.
It looks like we are going to have a defensive football game, doesn't it? I mean, it really does. Such aggressive play out of New England in the secondary. Seattle's defense as well, with all the blitzes. It may well come down to, with the way they're undercutting routes for New England, a pick 6, some kind of defensive turnover might decide this thing.
2nd and 8, Walker to the left. He will not go very far. You just saw the numbers, Chris. We mentioned how good this Patriots defense was during the regular season. In the playoffs, they have been terrific. They've been a difference-making unit. You have players shaken up here for the moment, getting up slow, but this defense has done a nice job on the way here to the Super Bowl.
Well, and think about how they ended up beating Denver. They were patient on offense. They didn't make big mistakes. They let their defense make plays, and ultimately it was a mistake by the offense that decided it. Christian Ellis in there got pressure on the quarterback, and they got the ball down on the 7-yard line.
Jelani Tavai was the player who's shaken up. He ran off. 3rd down, the Darnold throw is Burner off the tackle of Spillane for the 1st down at the 28-yard line. So a couple of times now, A.J. Barner, big during the season with 52 catches, has gotten 1st downs for the Seahawks.
The old Travis Kelce play. Let's block, and then we're going to escape and just catch it, see if we can run for a 1st down. So there is something to be said for that in this game. How can your quarterback get the ball out of his hands and not let these defenses win? Right now, the defenses are really winning.
George Holani, the running back, fake to him. The speedster Shaheed trying to get to the corner, not going to do it. Greg Woodson, rookie, 4th-round pick, played a ton of plays this season. Makes another one there.
Well, you knew trick plays were coming because this is simply the way it is in Super Bowls, because everybody has 2 weeks to get ready, and they got a lot of time on their hands to think up plays, and sometimes it's the old smash mouth that works best.
Good one there by Woodson, who has the most tackles for the Patriots in this postseason run. Final minute, opening quarter. Pressure from New England. Spillane hits Darnold, and his pass is incomplete for Smith and Jigba, who in coverage saw Anthony Jennings peel out to take him.
Did you see this double pressure coming? I mean, this is getting wild right now. It is haymakers being thrown by both defenses, and they just don't seem to care. You don't really care when you end up with one of your edge players out there on the best player, the best receiver in football.
New England drops 8 in coverage, 3rd and long. Darnold sideline note. Looking towards Smith and Jigba. Patriots had it covered with Woodson and Christian Gonzalez, their top corner. And Seattle will have to punch it away again.
You can feel now, right? So early in this game, the two quarterbacks are like, I can get that in there, I can get that in there. And all of a sudden now it's starting to dawn on everybody. This might be a defensive game. I can't give them one, right? I can't keep throwing them into those tight situations and give up a big play the other way.
You saw how good Jones is historically in punt returns. Dixon is excellent. He'll fake right, kick it across his body to the other side sometimes. Gets that one away. It's 45 yards. Jones from the 32, giving up ground. And gets back to the catch spot at the 32-yard line. Finally brought down by Drake Thomas, starting linebacker. Of course, it's the Super Bowl. Everybody's here. The great Roger Federer down on the field before the game, taking in some of the sights. You saw John Bon Jovi bring out the team he loves rooting for, the Patriots. Jay-Z on the sideline here before the game with his group. Bieber's got a great seat. Adam Sandler supporting the Patriots as per usual, among the luminaries on hand. So much fun walking down to the field before the Super Bowl. Everybody's taking pictures with everyone else. It is the event every year, never fails. From the 32, it's Ramondre Stevenson. A good first down gain of 5. And to bring us to the end of this first quarter. Only points, Jason Myers' 33-yard field goal on the opening drive for Seattle. But what a class of Hall of Famers we'll see next summer in Canton, Ohio.
Yeah, what a class that didn't get in either.
Of course, the conversation about Bill Belichick, Robert Kraft, and all the Patriots' success over the years. Look forward to seeing all those greats. It doesn't seem like that long ago we were watching Breeze and Fitzgerald and Kuechly out there on the field. First ballot guys for sure.
Felt like every time I watched Drew Brees, he was breaking another record.
Felt like it.
Slinging it.
All right, what are you thinking here as we start the second with Seattle up 3-0?
They've had answers for everything so far defensively, and it seems the more aggressive these defensive play, they get better, and they haven't been shut down yet. So something simple for me here.
Fake inside, the pass is off the hands of Hunter Henry and nearly turned into a Kobe Bryant interception. It's incomplete. Timing just off on that hit to Henry.
And I know that he was trying to back shoulder Henry here a little bit, but a little too far behind him. And we need to see New England get the ball in the hands of some of their playmakers here. Stephon Diggs would be a good place to start.
That's Diggs in motion. Third and 5, they're going to try to run it here, and Stevenson will not go anywhere. On the inside, it was taken care of. Jaron Reed, big man out of Alabama, holding down the middle. Forces the Patriots to punch it away.
I think this is a little bit of a concession here. Mike, I just got to say what I'm thinking. I think they are playing this game a little bit just like they did Denver a week ago in the snowstorm.
Yes.
But this defense from Seattle's having the same impact as the snow.
Thought they were going to get him quick on that one. They did not. Behringer to kick it. High hanger back-to-back. It's Tom Brady neighborhood. It's impressive stuff for Darnold, who's brought the Seahawks to Super Bowl 60. In the air on first down, shot downfield for Shaheed. The speedster broken up at the last second by Gonzalez. Oh, what a play by the Patriots' top cover man.
And here's what we're going to have to see out of both these teams tonight. Take some shots, throw the thing up the field, give your playmakers a chance to make some plays, but Christian Gonzalez, I'll tell you, that is a tough assignment. Rashid Shaheed, and he can fly to have to run that one down.
That is a beautifully timed play. Or else Shaheed's going to hit his head on the goalpost. 2nd and 10. Trying to get Walker to bounce to the outside. There he goes. Walker down the sideline. Kenneth Walker into Patriots territory. Might be out of bounds farther back around the 46-yard line. But a strong run by Walker for the first down. 30 on the game.
We had a chance to watch Kenneth Walker in practice the other day. And so many times he's casual with the ball at first, and then he makes one of those jump cuts and takes off. I don't think I've seen a guy in practice faster than he is.
On the ball quick, it is deflected, and for the moment on the field ruled an incomplete pass.
But one of the things that's going to decide this game is the play he just ran is called an outside zone, right? And you're going to run at the edge of the defense, and if you can keep going with his speed, you're going to see some big plays in the running game. And any sort of breakout play in this one so far just feels significant.
That's Zach Charbonnet. He was the back who would come in the passing downs. Tore his ACL in the divisional round victory over the Niners. Walker moving inside, and there's that speed to the outside. Pass Gonzalez on the edge and pushed out of bounds. Another strong run for Walker, who has emerged in this postseason.
Watch him set up the linebacker and the tackle so he can bounce out the other way. He's going to take that little jab step inside. And not only is he that fast, he is also one of those guys that's sort of built like a tank. You know, he's not very tall, but he's squarely built, and he knows how to attack people when they're trying to tackle him too.
Runs of 30 and 29 yards on this drive. Seahawks in the red zone for the second time. Right back to him. Oh, patient run there, but they get to him at the end. That's Woodson, the safety who played his college ball down the road at Cal Berkeley.
But you can see he's one of those guys that really just, when he gets the ball in his hand, right, he just kind of takes his time.
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah, and then boom, and something happens really quickly. And if he can get in space, I think people are stunned by how fast he was. I was when we were watching him practice.
It was eye-popping, right? You're on the practice field going, woo! Even the players said, yeah, it was a Thursday practice, and he was dialed in. Cooper Kupp is the man in motion next to Darnold. 2nd and a dozen. Free rusher. That ball is hit off the back of a defender and ruled an incomplete pass. Spillane falls on it for New England, but the ruling was
Forward pass. 3rd down.
As you hear Sean Smith, the Caleb Chason hit came as the ball was coming forward.
And I think this is on Sam Darnold because they've got a blitz coming inside, and so there is nobody there to block Chason. And Darnold's going to have to realize that's his. If those guys all came from that left side, there's nobody to protect it. The blitzes are just destroying both offenses.
Play clock running down. 3rd and a dozen. Darnold just going to pitch it. A lot of Patriots there. Walker cannot get around anybody. And this New England defense for the second time in this first half stiffens in the red zone and will force a Seattle field goal attempt.
That's a little bit of a concession right there, too. So we're seeing now both offensive play callers understanding real estate is going to be tough to buy out here tonight. And they are willing to run the ball on 3rd and long just to get the field goal kicker out there.
Got down to the 14 on their first drive, settled for 3. Got down to the 17 on this drive. And Myers with the breeze pushing from his left to right. 39. No problem. Kicker very familiar with this stadium. Kicks in here once a year in the division games. 6-0 Seattle as we approach the golden hour in the Golden State. On the last drive, but 2 field goals so far. Seattle 6, New England nothing. Patriots have had it 3 times and they've punted all 3 times. And Myers will kick away. Both guys going back for it, and it's into the end zone for a touchback in league history. And it brings New England as the AFC champs here to Santa Clara. Travion Henderson with the run for a few yards. And Chris, in large part, I love, as we visited with Mike Vrabel this season and this week, veterans in each room, each position, receivers, defensive backs, all the way across. He's really built a great team around them.
In his opening speech for the team when he first got there, you will respect everyone in this building. And it almost shook up the players. They weren't talking about winning or working hard or tackling. They were talking about respect inside this building, and you could feel it.
Here is May, again pressure back to him, and he's brought down. Riley Mills fought through the offensive lineman, and the rookie out of Notre Dame has a sack in the Super Bowl.
Now Riley Mills going to get it in on the act, and another rookie he's attacking, Jared Wilson. So it has been that left side of the offensive line that we anticipated having problems. I just don't think that New England can continue to try to run drop-back passing plays. They have not protected it yet. Maybe play action, maybe bootleg. Craig May running is a good idea, too.
Going to get in the hands of Stephon Diggs. See if the veteran can do something. Not much to the sideline for only about 5 yards. It'll bring up 4th down. A lot of folks and bodies on that very tight sideline. One of the officials was bumped down. Everybody sorted out and getting to their proper side here, and some of the alternate officials as well, who you see there, just helping to keep the peace as everybody gets back to their respective sideline, and the punting unit is out, as it has been every drive for the Patriots.
If you're looking for a little spice on the football field, Stephon Diggs is usually a pretty good place to start.
Everything in place for Behringer, the 3rd-year man out of Michigan State, to kick it away. Shaheed back, good hang time, only 39 yards in the kick, but the Patriots are fine with that. Don't give Shaheed fuel to fire. Defense frustrating the offense. The story in the first third. You were enjoying the commercials. Morgan Moses, the man in this game who has the most games played before he got to the Super Bowl, 191. One of those veteran leaders we talked about on this team. Getting everybody straight. That's the whole offense there. Stephon Diggs, who waited 178 regular season games to get to the Super Bowl. Both getting the Patriots offense to stay calm. 4 drives, 4 punts for New England. Here's Walker having a big first half to the edge for right around 10 yards, as he is right around 85 in this first half.
It's amazing how deep inside the hole he can get and still bounce it outside and be able to get there. But I feel like I'm watching practice again. It was sort of the same thing with this guy. And you could tell even the defenders were kind of looking like, what was that?
He's the best running back in college football when he came out, won the Doak Walker Award in his 1 year at Michigan State. Got it again. And that inside run. Milton Williams and company trying to shut it down. Milton Williams He was the one standing up in the middle, 97 for New England. He's a guy who knows all about the Super Bowl. Been to a couple. This is his 13th playoff game. He's one of those veteran leaders. Didn't stop Walker for long enough. It's a first down for Seattle.
Milton Williams definitely believes that he has the advantage in this game.
Just checking the spot here to get to the 39-yard line with a push. Surrounded by bodies. The ruling was that the ball got to the 39. And the first down given. Pressure on Darnold. Able to get away. Behind Walker and incomplete. With Spillane lurking. Incomplete, second down, and here's Kaylee Hartung.
Well, Kenneth Walker told me he is playing for something extra tonight. Mike, as you mentioned, he and Zach Charbonnet were a 1-2 punch in the Seahawks backfield this season until Charbonnet tore his ACL in the divisional round. Well, Walker's responded with over 100 scrimmage yards in each playoff game. He said, I saw my brother go down, so I'm playing for him. I told Charbonnet that. He said, that's my brother for real. It means a lot. He's got my back, and I got his no matter what.
And Charbonnet being out means when Walker gets a break, George Halani, who's in right now, becomes the back, trying to pick up this Patriots pressure. And he did on the pass to Cooper Kupp. Driven to the sideline by Marcus Jones. The Super Bowl 56 MVP gets his second catch of the night.
Yeah, and it was Cooper Kupp who admitted to us in our meetings and our discussions with him. He said, I never, ever say, give me the ball, ever. But in that last Super Bowl, I knew that I was the only healthy body left. I went up, said, give me the ball. They did. He ends up MVP, and they win.
He told us that story sitting next to Jackson Smith and Jigba, who's looking at him like Dad was telling a kid a story. Like, wow. Third and a couple. Darnold pressured by Williams, got away, and the first down for Walker. Good contact balance to stay on his feet to the Patriots' 46-yard line.
I really feel like the difference in this game is the escapability so far of Sam Darnold. Watch the pressure come up with Milton Williams right inside here. Beautiful move, and yet he's going to find his way out and around. And I think that Darnold's doing the right thing now. Let's get the ball out of my hands. I could even see him take off and run a little bit. Both these quarterbacks need to open it up with their legs.
Walker patiently waits, then bounces off the first tackle by Corey Durden. He gets to the 44-yard line.
So watch Kenneth Walker here. He's walking, as he's appropriately named. Just kind of over to the little nice stroll, and then, you know, especially on those double team blocks, when Seattle gets out and they get to the guard and the center and get a push, sometimes you want to wait on that to get pushed down the field. And right now, Walker is exhausted.
So Halani is the back, and he gets it. Only a couple of yards as Durden fired up as he and Jennings lead the Patriots defense. Setting up another third down here for Seattle. They're 2 of 6 converting third down thus far.
You know, it's so interesting that most of the NFL season you would go, all right, this is 4-down territory here, right? But not with this head coach and not in this game. It's so much a field position game. I feel like they're going to have to convert it here, or they probably punt.
Seattle goes for it the least in the NFL on fourth down. 3rd and 5. Patriots bring one extra. Walker out of the backfield couldn't hang on. He was backpedaling, and Robert Spillane, playing through a painful ankle, had the hit on him. It sets up fourth down, and the punting unit back on the field.
Really good job that time by Cooper Kupp, making Spillane go out and around. And basically, they had this play. You just got to catch the ball. Here's the part we didn't tell you about Kenneth Walker. 1, he's not a very good blocker, and 2, he's not a very good receiver. So when he's running the ball, he looks great, but in key moments, he's going to have to make those plays.
Dixon hangs it, trying to pin it, right by the 1-yard line. Well done, the kick was brilliant. Velus Jones escorted the ball to the sideline. New England's got 98 yards to go. 9 possessions, 7 punts. Defenses, special teams, top notch. here in Super Bowl 60. Worst field position for either team thus far this evening. New England from its own 2. Trying to run for space. Ramondre Stevenson fights through, got 3 to the 5. Melissa, what's it been like down on that Patriots sideline?
Well, we saw 12-year veteran Morgan Moses gather the entire Patriots offense and say, we knew it was going to be 60 minutes. We're here. We've arrived. We're killing ourselves. Let's play our game. And then right after that, head coach Mike Vrabel said specifically to the offensive line, we're going to gain yards. We're going to go play. Go play and be aggressive.
Trying to do it with a rookie left side of that offensive line.
And Mike, this sequence may well decide the game. If they've got to punt the football.
A timeout taken. I think Seattle had 10 on the field there.
First charge, timeout, Seattle.
And they take their first timeout.
It has been the rookies on the left side of this offensive line. We talked about it at the beginning of the game, but they simply cannot hold up on the outside. It's been Will Campbell several times, and then it was Jared Wilson who gave up the sack. This is a formula that's just not going to work as is. So Drake May, his mobility is going to have to come into play. Screens, quick wide receiver screens, something to get the ball outside the interior core of that Seattle defense, because they're losing the battle there.
I mean, it's a great credit to this team. They had 2 rookies next to each other get to the Super Bowl. It's never happened before that we've seen that. So the timeout taken. Seattle had 10 players on the field. 2nd and 7 for Drake May. From his end zone, incomplete. Julian Love was closing in on Mac Hollins, and it'll be 3rd down for the Patriots.
I mean, they're really just playing zone defenses. That's all they're doing. And the clock in the head of Drake May has been so sped up. He's throwing it before he has to, and they're missing opportunities. This has to be a first down, or they're going to go in probably down at least 9-0.
3rd and 7. It's a 4-man rush. Down quick. And it is brought in by Douglas for a very big first down. Josh Jobe was there out of his zone for coverage, but New England gets the first down.
This is a tremendous throw, because you're going to end up with coverage out here on the outside. That little spin around and come back in so many times ends up an interception, and yet we saw Drake May throw it low and tight, enabling that first down to happen.
You can get anything going on the ground with Ramondre Stevenson. Bounce to the outside, takes it to the 17-yard line. Again, 9 possessions, 7 punts, just a couple of field goals. There have been no penalties in the game thus far. And for what it's worth, there has never been a half, either first or second in Super Bowl history, where each team went penalty-free.
Mike, the biggest thing for the Patriots right here, if they score, great, right? That's wonderful. But you can't give the ball back to Seattle and let them score here. You got 3:15 to milk.
On the boot, May escapes and fires incomplete. Just getting rid of it because Boye Mafe was all over him. Chris, they don't have a 15, a 20 sack guy. It's just relentless quality that Seattle brings defensively.
It really is, and it's also scheme. I mean, they are getting free runners coming all the time, and I'm not sure exactly why Drake May did not take the flat route on that one. It looked like it was fairly open.
When you say it's scheme, it's a lot of the guy you saw on the screen. Mike McDonald, brilliant defensive coach. Saw it in Baltimore, seeing it here in Seattle. And there is the first flag of the game.
You jinxed it.
Of course I was going to do that. I mean, come on. You had to throw that chum in the water. Born in Detroit, Michigan, Sean Smith refereeing his first Super Bowl.
False start. Offense number 66. 5-yard penalty. 3rd down.
And that's Will Campbell, the left tackle on that rookie side of the line.
They're flinching. Mike, I hate to say it, but they're flinching in this game. Whether it's the passing game, whether it's the offensive lineman, they're flinching. And they can do better than this. I know they can do better than this.
flinched and he got flattened. He got beat that time, but May's taking a shot downfield toward Mac Hollins. Incomplete. He's trying to throw one deep, get a flag, get something. Instead, they'll punt it away with 3:03 till halftime.
I mean, even on that deep throw, he was hit. And, you know, Morgan Moses doing the best he can, but he ran into the quarterback. So everything is collapsing back right now on Drake May, and he's a young player. And now they really have issues here because Seattle has a chance to put up additional points, and it doesn't look like New England's going to score many.
Hang time's been good, trying to keep it away from Shaheed. Never been a punt return for a touchdown in the history of the Super Bowl. Shaheed has space from the 33, trying to set up blocks. Cut back inside, Shaheed brought down around the 43-yard line. So the defense stops the Pats after one first down. Seattle's got the ball with 2:50 in good field position. For New England, drive 6 for the Seahawks, 4 of them getting into Patriots territory. Walker for a yard, and again, Craig Woodson continues to be a big factor in this New England defense, which is playing quite well.
He really is, but there's a downside to that too, because basically New England is now sort of admitting for us to stop this running game, we have to bring our safeties down, which is going to create one-on-one coverages on the back side of that. And so now Jackson Smith and Jigba may be getting a chance at something down the field here fairly soon.
Darnold scans, comes back to Halani, a running back. Good elusive move to get away from Christian Ellis. And the second-year player, undrafted out of Boise State, sets up 3rd and short, neither team using timeouts.
That was a big 3 or 4 yards on the tail end of that. Puts them pretty easily in field goal range now.
Field goal from here would be 53 yards. Breeze had picked up and kickoff has died down a little bit. 3rd and 2, 40 seconds in the half. And it's an inside run, and Halani's got the first down, so Seattle will keep control of the clock here.
Yeah, now it shifts over. Now you're going to see Seattle go to work.
They have the ball at the 30-yard line. They have 1 timeout and 32 seconds remaining. Patriots defense trying to hold it to 3 again. This is the direction of the wind as it comes into the stadium, hits inside and swirls around. It's 8 miles an hour steady, but it's gusting above 12, so there's an effect here in this stadium that'll move the wind. But Myers, the Seattle kicker, as I said, kicks in here once a year. Feels very comfortable with what he'll have to deal with if it's a field goal attempt. 32 seconds left for Darnold and the Seahawks. First down throw. Caught by Cooper Kupp, fighting for the sideline. Kept in bounds at the 25, and the timeout taken by McDonald is Seattle's last with 23 seconds remaining.
So I was wondering what the strategy was going to be from Mike Vrabel. And what he decided was he was going to sit back and make sure he didn't give up a touchdown. I thought on the fringe of the field goal range, he might try and blitz, might try to knock him out of field goal range. He did not. He decided that as long as they're not in the end zone, I like where I am for the second half.
Again, New England getting the ball first as Drake May and the Patriots offense shut down. 52 total yards in this first half. And Seattle out of timeouts with 23 seconds remaining. And George Halani is the running back. Darnold looking, is his inbounds with Kupp. Did he drop it? No, it is ruled a catch at the 18-yard line. That ruled incomplete by the official coming in from the back, and that might be beneficial to the Seahawks. There it is. There's the ball hitting the, almost hitting the turf.
I
Didn't get
know
to
about that.
That might be a catch, Chris.
It's got to be a
right?
catch.
It's right there. No, his right hand is off of it there. Yeah. As you watch there, is his right hand off of it when it's touching the ground?
But did it ever touch the ground?
When I bring in Terry McCauley, 3-time Super Bowl referee with us. What are you watching here, Terry?
Yeah, Mike, we've seen two different angles and two different things on the angles. The first angle doesn't look like it touches at all. The second angle looks like it does. Given that, I think it appears that this is going to stay the same. This is going to be an incomplete pass as ruled on the field.
And Seattle was out of timeouts, so it would have been fine. They could have had a little fire drill, could have gotten that ball down because Kupp was past the sticks for a first down. There's one more look at this as it is being looked at.
After review, ruling on the field stands, incomplete pass, third down.
And Terry right on it, as usual. They'll stay with incomplete. Now 15 seconds left without a timeout.
Still time for a completion. Get up and spike the ball, but you're pushing the envelope. And if I were watching this game from Mike McDonald's standpoint, I might go, I'm feeling pretty good about 9-0 at halftime with the way my defense is playing. So I don't think they're going to push it down in the end zone, but they could.
Because the incompletion clock comes back to when the ball touched the ground, therefore the reset at 20. It is 3rd and 3, and now the Patriots.
First charge, timeout, New England.
Got to look at how Seattle was lining up. They'll take a timeout. Let's focus on Mike Vrabel's defense in the first half.
All right, let's take a look at our next gen stat powered by AWS, and it has been Sam Darnold tonight that has been constantly under pressure. And when I said I thought he was playing pretty well, this is why. He has been getting pounded, and some of the throws he's had to complete have been completely under pressure and really tight windows. And yet it has been some of those plays that have kept drives alive that really is the difference in the ball game at this point, because New England has not been able to make those.
And they scheme up something that's a shot at the end zone for Jackson Smith and Jigba. He's down here at the bottom of the screen. It's 3rd and 3. Darnold looking right, coming back left in the end zone. Broken up by Gonzalez. They tried to get it to Smith and Jigba for the second time. Gonzalez, the last line of defense, to knock it away.
This is 2 now for Christian Gonzalez. It is a last-second diving play to knock that away and almost intercept it. When you try to push that thing down into the end zone, you put it in harm's way, and I think they are lucky they've got the field goal team out there right now.
And his best on best. Gonzalez getting the job done. Field goal attempt for 41. And Myers didn't worry about any of that wind stuff we showed. He would have been good from 60. And he knocks it in as 9-0. With 11 seconds left till halftime, and the Patriots getting the ball before the break. You know, traditionally, New England, save for mastermind of it just a dozen years ago, he was an intern hired in Baltimore and got started on his path. Spent a decade with the Harbaughs, whether the 9 years with John or the 1 year with Jim at Michigan. His defenses have been good everywhere. The back end of this half, the return by Dearness Johnson comes shy of the 30. And with 6 seconds remaining, the Patriots are likely to take a knee, take it in for the long halftime, and regroup. As you look at their woeful performance offensively in the first half. Now, halftime is 2.5, maybe even 3 times longer than the regular season for the players, and both coaches rehearsed it. One on Monday, Seattle, one on Friday, New England, just so the players know what's coming up here in this next half hour as they go in for the lengthy halftime break. As they go to the locker room, we go to Melissa Stark.
Mike, Drake May under a lot of pressure, especially from his blind side. What can you do to help him in the second half?
From all sides. Again, we have to do a much better job playing more complimentary. Our defense has done a great job holding them just to the 3 field goals. And again, we'll settle down, and we're going to have to find a way to convert.
Defensively, how do you slow down the running game?
Well, it's the same thing we've been saying since we got there and started working with these guys. You got to set a good edge. You got to build a wall, and you're going to have to swarm. We missed too many tackles. We're giving them too many edges.
Mike, thanks.
Thanks.
Mike?
All right, Melissa, thank you. Mike Vrabel's team, as Chris mentioned, struggling on the offensive end. Just 10 points in that snowstorm in Denver. The defense set them up for many of the points against Houston, limited to 1 touchdown against the Chargers in the wild card game in Foxborough a few weeks ago. Meantime, Seattle, again with a strong defense, led by Mike McDonald's crew. Standing by now with Kaylee Hartup.
Well, Mike, your offense established the run. How do you get the passing game going?
Well, there's some protection things on some of the pressures that they're doing, so we're going to look at that. We're doing a good job of taking care of the ball, which is good. Sam's being decisive. Just keep rolling. We'll make some adjustments, and we've got 30 minutes to go.
Thanks, Mike.
Thanks, Kaylee.
All right, Kaylee. Seattle Seahawks. You hear from throughout this high-profile week as that continues to grow. Jason Myers to kick off for the Seahawks. Quarter 3 begins. Short kick. Ernest Johnson return opportunity for the Patriots across the 30 and slung down right around the 31-yard line by their great special teamer, Brady Russell. Let's go down to Melissa Stark.
Yeah, Mike, I talked to Mike Vrabel coming out of the half, and he told the players we need to block, execute, attack, and be aggressive. His message was, yeah, it's going to be hard. It's the Super Bowl. Of course it was going to be hard, but go see what you can do in the second half. He told the players, go find a way to change your lives.
That phrase, that term reminds me of the great NFL film sound with Josh McDaniels on the bench with Drake May in Denver in that difficult weather conditioned fourth quarter. And Drake said, it's hard. And Josh said, yeah, if we can just pull it together here, we'll have something to remember forever. Then they come back here in the second half. Throw for DeMario, incomplete. Douglas couldn't break free as the coverage was blanketing him. It'll be second down.
And that's Nick Emanwari, who's out there, had a bit of an ankle sprain during the course of the week. But Mike, he is such an important piece of this defense. He can play the linebacker position, and yet he's fast enough and big enough and strong enough to cover a very quick slot receiver going down on the wheel route. There is a lot to try and overcome when you're playing Seattle's defense.
He was second in the Defensive Rookie of the Year voting this year. Trying to use some edge running here. 2 backs in, and the speed of Trevion Henderson gets something for the Patriots to the 38-yard line, setting up third and manageable.
Yeah, it's third and short now, and so I keep thinking that in order to get back into this game, Drake May is probably going to have to start running a little bit. We've seen him run options and different things, but also some short, quick throws here. Just get it in the hands of some of these receivers, see if they can break a tackle and make a big play for you.
Third and 3, protected initially. In front of the sideline, incomplete, blanketed by Josh Jobe. Receiver was even out of bounds. Nothing for the Patriots, another 3 and out for New England.
These defensive backs are simply crushing. They're just crushing the New England Patriots. And Kayshon Boutte here has been a tremendous back shoulder throw guy, right? Just run down the field, but they are squeezing these guys out of bounds now, and there is nowhere to go with the football.
Patriots going to take some time to get lined up as Seattle brought an extra man to try to block it. And up front, no flag. Berringer gets it away with good hang time. And it's fair caught right around the 10-yard line by Rashid Shaheed. Thought for a minute there might have been offside, and so did Mike Vrabel, who was right in the ear of the official as that movement happened up front. Just watch here. Very close. Especially Patrick O'Connell near side in the neutral zone, but no call. They would have given New England a first down if it was called offside. So they go 3 and out. Seattle takes over at the 9-yard line. Kenneth Walker strung out for only a yard or 2. Jack Gibbons made the play. He's one of the players who had history with Vrabel, spent time in Tennessee where Vrabel was the head coach, and when Mike got the job and Gibbons was free, they brought the linebacker in.
Well, that was job 1 right there for this defense, to stop that outside zone play. Mike Vrabel played on the edge. That was his job. He is going to take that play personally, and that's a good start for this defense.
Darnold just 9 of 22 passing, but no turnovers.
And no sacks.
Patriots bring an extra couple. In Darnold's face, the pass is caught at the 26-yard line. Brought down to a knee is Shaheed, who came over via the trade from New Orleans in November and picks up a Seattle first down.
Yeah, we're seeing as many hits on Sam Darnold as we are on Drake May. But Darnold has managed to hit a few of these passes, and it's kind of the difference in the game. The blitz for both teams is getting there. It has just simply been Darnold making a few more plays to keep his offense moving.
Great effort by the linebacker, Robert Spillane, to dive in. Darnold, first down throw here on the slant. Jackson, Smith, and Jigba. First time in space. That's his 8th target, but only 2nd catch of the game. Good for another Seattle first down.
Yeah, and just space in the middle of the field there that time for Sam Darnold. And these are the kind of quick throws that I think that New England's going to have to get to as well. You can't continue to get your quarterback hit the way both these teams have so far in that first half.
Again, Seattle doesn't huddle, on the ball quick. Darnold keeping this play alive and uses legs across midfield to the Patriots' 46-yard line. That should be enough for a first down, 3 in a row on the last 3 plays.
Milton Williams is not going to believe what's happening to him in this game. He has had Sam Darnold dead to rights several times, and they can't get him on the ground. Mike, this has been a really impressive game. These are 2 tremendous defenses, but it has sort of been the heart and the guts and the escapability so far of Sam Darnold that's been the difference.
The 46. Walker through the initial contact. He's got 3 yards as an angry Patriots defense tries to pull him back after Seattle built some momentum with 3 plays of 10 yards or more in a row.
And they're getting some penetration along the defensive line. They've been trying to pull some of these offensive linemen out and around. So the front 4 really for the Patriots is they're doing their job and they're stuffing it backwards, but they have to be able to stop those edge plays, and they have to be able to get Sam Darnold on the ground when they get the opportunity. JSN in the backfield now. He's been dangerous there.
Come the other way to Walker. Past a lot of folks. There he goes. Walker to the 23-yard line. But they knew what you said, Chris. All the attention of Smith and Jigba in the backfield. There's Walker on the other side dancing.
You got it nailed, partner. That's exactly what happened. That is just what they call eye candy there. I'm going to send him over there. Everybody pay attention, and we're going to screen back the other way. Beautiful call that time for the Seahawks.
That's Clint Kubiak with the play sheet, dialing him up here on this good first drive of the second half. Walker right to the 100-yard mark for the game as he's escorted to the sideline.
And the other thing that we should talk about a little bit, New England comes out with the first possession in the second half and do nothing. Looks just like the first half, right? And defensively, you're starting to get a little demoralized, right? You've been playing, you've been fighting through this whole thing, and now you're beginning to wonder, is my offense ever going to score?
And whistle in Seattle takes the timeout. That play clock running down. So they have used an early timeout again as we focus in on what makes Kenneth Walker so good.
Well, I'll say this, Kenneth Walker is a lot more patient than I am. When he gets the ball, he just takes his time and is willing to let it happen in front of him. And then it is his strength, it is his quick moves, and it is more than anything his speed that has just given the Patriots all kinds of issues. And they knew of all the weapons that this offense had. And they also knew about Dad.
That's right, Kenneth Walker Jr. watching tonight.
Come on, Daddy. Come on, baby. Yeah.
Legacy Walker III on the back of the jersey on the field. That is his dad, Kenneth Walker Jr., loving watching his son get it done. He's on the bench for the moment. Darnold's pass incomplete as he tried to come back to Cooper Kupp. Chris, it was one of the last things we were told, talking to everybody for this game. To go back to Kenneth Walker, I said he went to Michigan State, but he played 2 years at Wake Forest, and their offense was this really slow read offense, and the feeling was that's where he picked up that backfield patience that you just showed us.
Well, you know, it's one of those kind of read option things where the quarterback will almost hop along with the running back before he actually hands it off, and I think you're right. That's exactly what it looks like.
Big down for the Pats defense, 3rd and 9. Seven Patriots at the line. They're all coming. Darnold out quick, incomplete. Couldn't get it to Kupp. Pressure off the edge from Jalen Hawkins in his face. It'll be yet another Jason Myers field goal attempt.
The pressure from both teams has been very consistently getting there. And Sam Darnold, I wonder if he's thinking what I'm thinking too. As long as we keep making field goals, they're probably, if they make this one, they're probably one more away from putting the Patriots in a really tough spot.
Super Bowl records for field goals made, 4 in a game. Several have done it. Bad snap, but a good hold. And Myers adds his name to the list of those who've made 4 field goals in a Super Bowl. Talk about the hold, the punter Michael Dixon. Good job scraping it off the grass. Of this 60th Super Bowl. Kyle Williams and Dearness Johnson back once again for the Patriots. New England, the 15th team shut out in the first half of the Super Bowl. The other 14, nobody won one. Pats trying to change that. That was a big hit. Tyrese Knight may have taken the worst of that, as he was the one who put that hit on him at the 32-yard line. Every good defense deserves a name, and the dark side is the new one in Seattle. If you will, a descendant of the Legion of Boom. Remember, Seattle rode that crew to 2 Super Bowl appearances. They allowed the fewest points in the league 4 years running. This is the first Seattle D to move the needle like they did. Fewest points allowed this season in the NFL. The dark side defense, Seahawks. And as it gets dark here in Santa Clara, they're playing lights out. Toss. Henderson, left, got a good block out to the edge as they put the fullback Westover in to create some space and get out to the 40-yard line.
Yeah, get out there on the edge a little bit and crack back with your receivers. You just have to give them something they're not used to, because on that one, Seattle did blitz, but they got themselves out of position because of the blitz. You have to begin to intimidate them out of some of those pressure points.
Again inside with Henderson, that time stopped in the middle, no push, as that Seattle defensive front came with some anger.
Yeah, it's, you know, football is won when that line goes that way, and that has been pretty consistently true in this game tonight. I'm sure they're thinking about Travion Henderson, a guy that had 4 50-yard touchdown runs this year, hoping some breakout play happens at some point.
They're desperate for a first down. May try to find it in the air. Looking downfield, the throw is short of Douglas and incomplete. So he's trying to find a completion, trying to guide it in there. He's 6 of 14 now. The Pats will punt it again.
That was the first time they had the absolute perfect protection, and May just missed the throw. I mean, he just just missed it. It was there. That was a big play they've been waiting to have happen.
Great shot there. He knows it.
Be careful with fake here, too.
The off-mentioned Bryce Behringer, again with good hang time, and they have neutralized the speedy Shaheed. The Saints are going to play over in France, so regular season. Seahawks drive begins to the 18. Darnold, pressure, in trouble and sacked. It's a loss of 10 as Milton Williams, the big ticket free agent, play.
Nice job there by this Patriots defense. You're going to see the pressure inside by Milton Williams, but they put so many people up around the line of scrimmage. You could hear Sam Darnold go, can. We're so stacked in there, they forced him to throw. Brilliant.
Loss of 8, first sack for the Patriots. Long, Darnold in traffic, is brought in on the edge. The gain is limited for Smith and Jigba, who's slow to get up, as he was hit on.
Jackson Smith-Njigba had a bandage applied to his right foot on the back of his heel. There was no additional tape put in place to support it. Put his sock and shoe back on, tested it out a bit. He didn't look to be in any pain or discomfort, but what he's struggling with right now appears to be a different issue.
Yeah, looking down at that leg, his athletic trainer over there watching. 3rd and 14. Try Walker inside, get what he can. It's to the 20-yard line. The Patriots defense, which has played well in this game, Chris, comes up with a 3 and out.
Yeah, another concession down there, and a good one because of the way your defense is playing. But that feels pretty good, right? You get a sack, you're going to get the ball right back to your offense, and maybe it's time to just spread it out and see what we can do on the offensive side. Take some shots down the field, but more than anything, get the ball out of your quarterback's hands and not get him hit.
Both gunners on the edges are doubled, trying to get a return from Marcus Jones off the punt by Dixon. Jones has space here at the 33-yard line. Made the first man miss. Gets to the edge flag. Flag on the block, so the Jones return across midfield into Seattle territory. Looks like it will come back. #24 is Del Pettis.
During the return, illegal block in the back, receiving team number 24. 10-yard penalty, first down, timeout.
And credit Seattle's Nehemiah Pritchett for hustling down there and forcing the penalty. After his second down catch. New England trying to find something. About 2/3 of the way through what is one of the worst performances ever by an offense in a Super Bowl. Can they change it? May in trouble. Cannot. Sack back at the 25-yard line. Byron Murphy's interior pressure, part of the push inside. Mills in there as well. Seattle dominating the front.
Those matched zone coverages are just becoming a nightmare. They're getting people here and here, and they're just jumping inside. He's trying to go down underneath, and those guys are just taking that away. It has been a nightmarish night tonight for Drake May.
Saw at the last second, Diggs broke free. May can't get rid of it. Too many people in his lap. That one's caught by Matt Collins in the 33-yard line with a catch. So that sack was the 4th of the night, the 19th of this postseason. That's the same number as Cincinnati allowed Joe Burrow to be sacked 4 years ago. Remember, that ended with Aaron Donald wrecking the back end of Super Bowl 56 comeback hopes for the Bengals.
But I like what Josh McDaniels did on that one. He is going to more of a spread look now, so they can't get as many people around the line of scrimmage, or at least if they do, Drake May can see it.
3rd and 4 comes the pressure again with Witherspoon. It's picked up. May through the hands and incomplete of Kayshon Boutte. And that is yet another. 6 of the last 7 drives, 3 and out.
You can see how rushed Drake May is. This is a relatively easy throw in here. But he's going to jump out of the way. He saw it coming from the other direction, and they just can't complete those passes. He's getting pushed off his mark. The timing has just not been there all night, and when it has been, they've missed.
Beringer again for the 8th time. And again with good hang time and no return. A frustrated Shaheed after the 46-yard kick. He's like, man, want a chance in the Super Bowl. Vrabel just wants a first down. Patriots have 1 first down since the first quarter, and they're down 12-0. In the Bay Area, Super Bowl 19 played at Stanford Stadium. And that beautiful campus, about 15 miles from here in Palo Alto. Seahawks leading by 12, taking over from their own 21. Walker bottled up, nowhere to go. As Anthony Jennings is behind the line for a loss of a few. We saw Jackson Smith and Jigba heading to the tunnel and to the locker room. So he got checked out under the tent, and he's used his speed to duck back there. And they will look at the Offensive Player of the Year, Kaylee Hartung.
Yeah, that's right, Mike. When Jackson Smith and Jigba went into the medical tent, the independent concussion specialist followed him. It was about a 2.5-minute long exam before the specialist then went over the monitor to review the video of that play that we saw him slow to get up, where you can see his head make contact with the ground. And then it was Jackson who chose to walk off the field.
So further examination ahead there. Darnold throwing inside Gonzalez. Breaks up yet another pass, this one intended for Cooper Kupp, and will set up 3rd and long for Seattle.
It's ironic, isn't it, that probably the best player on the field tonight has been Christian Gonzalez. If not for the plays that he's made in this game, it would have been an absolute blowout at this point. He has saved a couple of deep ones down the field and is just keeping the Patriots in it. You wondered how they were going to hang in with the top receivers. Number 0 is how.
And now without Smith and Jigba, he can shut down Kupp. And where does Darnold go? 3rd and a dozen. Patriots bringing 4. Darnold underneath, it is Kupp, and he will be stopped short of the first down. You just see the energy from the New England defense. They know they have to keep their team in the game, if not make Hawkins on that one. The Seahawks go 3 and out.
Yeah, and without Jackson Smith and Jigba in New England, I think I would get back to my pressure looks and try and win this thing on the defensive side. Maybe a sack fumble, maybe a tip pass, something to get your team back in the game, because
you know how much I love special teams, right, Barton?
Yes, sir.
It's my Super Bowl. Dixon with the kick. It's short. Jones says stay. Keep the schooler away from that one. And it's down at the 27-yard. Smart. May just cannot pull the trigger. Now getting away. The flag is downfield. The flag, a couple shy of the first down. The initial indication is a defensive hold. It would give New England their first down of this second half.
During the run, holding. Defense number 21. 5-yard penalty results in automatic first down.
And it's on Devin Witherspoon.
And I think this is what this game is going to have to come down to. They're going to have to spread it out a little bit on the offensive side and open the possibility of Drake May running.
Yep.
I mean, really, that's been their success in the postseason, but they've been condensed enough that there aren't enough of those gaps inside for him to really try to take advantage of it.
First penalty against Seattle, only 2 against New England. A little play pass. That ball is hit up in the air and incomplete as it eventually got out toward Austin Hooper. The pressure came from DeMarcus Lawrence, longtime run in Dallas, here with a chance to get a ring in Seattle.
Yeah, Will Campbell is just not going to be able to hold up here very long, and Marcus Lawrence is that force multiplier, as they call it. He brought an intensity to this defense that has been contagious. Leonard Williams will admit as much, that basically he has just lifted this entire defense to a level that we're seeing out here tonight.
Pressure again from Witherspoon. Going the other way is May. Backing out to the sideline is Henderson. Limited gain there, Kaylee.
Guys, DeMarcus Lawrence's wife, Sasha, is here tonight, 37 weeks pregnant with their 6th child. She also brought her doctor along. Now, DeMarcus and his teammates have had some deep conversations about what he'll do if his wife goes into labor during this game. His teammates said, it's not guaranteed you'll make another Super Bowl, but you can have another baby. If she goes into labor, DeMarcus told me he will not be alerted, and that was Sasha's choice. So he told her, whatever you gotta do, this can't happen today.
She's still here. It's 3rd and 5. May's trying to step up. He lost the football. It's free, and Seattle has recovered. Byron Murphy falls on the football.
Ruling on the field is a fumble recovered by Seattle. First down.
Derek Hall knocked it out. The game's first turnover belongs to this incredibly talented Seattle defense.
Derek Hall's had a heck of a night tonight. He's going to come up and then loop back underneath to end up with this forced fumble. And remember, Mike, this is a 4-man rush. One of the reasons that Drake May has had so much trouble finding somebody open down the field is they can't block the guys in a 4-man rush. And if you can't do that, you have almost no chance to win a game. This is, I know people are going to say not enough offense, all that kind of stuff. This has been one of the most brilliant performances I have ever seen in the National Football League. This defensive performance is as good as I have seen.
This is the #2 scoring offense in the league this year. Competition may not have been as good as other teams, but they were getting points on the board. Darnold, booting, A.J. Barner. First down, Seattle. Pushed across at the marker, the 27-yard line. This 3rd quarter comes. Ahead if this game stays where it is.
Derek Hall with a couple of sacks, 1 forced fumble, but they have all been tremendous.
Mike Tirico, Chris Collinsworth, Melissa Stark, Kaylee Hartung, Terry McCauley, all with you here in Santa Clara at Super Bowl 60. Seattle looking to add to that 12-0 lead. The run to the right for Walker gains only a yard. Again, remember, Jackson Smith and Jigba went back in the locker room to be evaluated for a concussion. He's being looked at. So no touchdowns first 3 quarters. The latest we've gone into a Super Bowl was the one with the Patriots and the Rams, Super Bowl 53. Sony Michel scored a touchdown. But that's 7 minutes left in that one. It's the lone TD of that 13-3 Patriots win over the Rams in Atlanta.
They may just run it out from here. As long as they don't turn it over, you feel pretty good.
25 play pass, Darnold downfield, and Cup can't come back to it. There's no flag as Woodson, the rookie, came back to bring it up.
Take a look at it. They did go play action and the bootleg, and I'll tell you, Woodson, I think you got it right. I think that's a no call.
Terry McCauley agrees with you.
That's a first.
3rd and 9. Darnold slings it out to the side. It's caught for the first down by Cup. On Gonzalez trying to catch up with him. Couldn't do it. And Seattle has it back in the red zone at the 16-yard line.
And so this is sort of a pick kind of thing. You're going to come out, and then you're going to come in here and then go back out, but you're going to get behind some traffic, and that's exactly what happened to Christian Gonzalez on that one.
Catch number 6 for Cooper Kupp. He had 8, but he was the Super Bowl MVP 4 years ago.
Good.
George Holani's the running back. Fake to him. Darnold to the end zone. Barner's got a touchdown. A.J. Barner has the first touchdown of Super Bowl 60.
Just not much you can do about it, right? You've got to play the run game here because they're in such an advantageous position. You see the heat coming on the play, but eventually the dam had to break.
And Barner, with the second most receptions on this team all season, finds the end zone. Myers for his 13th point of the night. Knocks it through. A.J. Barner won a collegiate national championship with Michigan. He may be one of those guys who has a collegiate and a professional football title. He's in the end zone, and Seattle's up 19-0 in Super Bowl 60. Patriots fans holding on to any hope, maybe a thought of 28-3, but that was in the third quarter, and there was a long way to go. There is not a long. Take the touchback, and Patriots get the ball crisp at the 35.
Yeah, for Drake May, and understandably, tough defense, the best in the National Football League, but when they've had those rare opportunities, they seem able to hit those as well. And maybe there was no chance that they were going to win this game, but there were some jump going at some point on offense. He has not been.
On the 35, they begin with the pressure on, and May running away again. Going to keep it and get 7 yards out of that as he gets to the sideline. Melissa Stark.
Yeah, Mike, Drake May has stayed calm for the most of the night. He was frustrated after the turnover, and Patriots head coach Mike Vrabel came right over, bent down in front of him for about 2 minutes, talking face to face, encouraging him, pumping him up, saying, "You're good, you know that." And then right before Drake just took the field with a smile on his face and tapped him on the helmet.
You see a little jawing there as he was involved with one of the Seahawks defenders. Meantime, we have scientists running on the field, and no players going to try to help corral him as well and bring him down. And Mike Vrabel is in a heated conversation with Eugene Hall, the side judge who was getting involved in the situation that was going on with Stephon Diggs. Eugene Hall's working his 4th Super Bowl, was trying to jump in and defuse this. This was out of bounds on the Patriots sideline, and that hit over there that happened, which caused Diggs to come back after Josh Jobe. No flags were thrown, and the officials got in there quickly. Terry McCauley, should that have been a foul on Seattle with the hit out of bounds?
Absolutely, Mike. He's out of the play. He's clearly out of bounds. He knocks him down.
And a punch there, Terry, as you saw.
Yeah, he absolutely should have been penalized.
Is he going to get thrown out of the game now?
No, he can't. He can't, Chris, because they didn't throw a flag at all on the field. So New York can't do anything with this at this point.
So despite the punch, he stays in.
That's correct.
Which was open-handed at the back end of it, but you saw the punch being thrown from the opposite side. Meantime, the security on the field here just cleaning up the situation with the incursion by the fan, and the one security officer who tackled the rocket scientist, the idiot who ran on the field, he's being congratulated by the folks as he comes to the sideline for keeping the peace. So in any case, that play was a run by Drake May. It was a gain of 6, 2nd and 4.
On my whistle.
Sean Smith just getting the clocks all set properly. There were no penalties.
Thank you.
For the moment, Diggs is on the sideline here for New England. After all that, it's 2nd and 4. in the pattern. May try in the middle. It's a tough throw. On 35-yard line for Mac Hollins. Wow, there were a lot of folks there. And May hit one.
You want to see how tiny the holes are in the zone tonight for Drake May? Watch this. It takes perfection to hit one play downfield.
Gain of 24, trying to find some tempo, trying to take a shot play. Downfield for Hollins, he's got it! Touchdown, New England! So a scramble and 2 May dimes.
Rick Woolen was late getting over there. He's hustling across the field, but then he's got to turn and try to make the play down the field, and you've got Mac Hollins, who is not finished yet. Tremendous. So 2 completed passes, 2 plays we've seen from the Patriots time after time this year, and finally it shows up.
Just going to go for 1 here. If you go for 2 and make it, it's 19-8, an 11-point game, a touchdown, 2-point, a field goal would be a math to a tie game. Instead, they try the extra point with Borregales, who knocks it in to make it a 19-7 game. We'll be back, Chris. We have back-to-back touchdowns.
There we go.
Game breaking out. Maybe the Patriots aren't done. Maybe 28-3 ringing in their head. 19-7 now, the Seattle lead. Might have been behind Vrabel's decision not to go for 2 there and make it an 11-point game, instead keeping it at 12, where New England would need to score 2 more touchdowns.
Plus you shift the pressure back. Now the pressure is on Seattle to not turn it over. Keep this momentum going.
Borregales going to put this one in play, and Shaheed will field out at the 10. Now you got to cover this speedster. And they did. To the 31-yard line, he goes.
Well, the one reason this team is still in contention here has been the night of Christian Gonzalez. He has had to make some tough one-on-one plays against some of the fastest and some of the best receivers in the National Football League, and he has been up to form all night long, just basically keeping his team in the game.
See the numbers for Gonzalez, made the Pro Bowl, had a pick in the AFC Championship game. Jackson Smith and Jigba out of the locker room, but still on the sideline as this Seahawks drive begins at the 31. And Darnold on the boot. The second level to Shaheed. Out of bounds, a yard shy of the first down. Kaylee.
Guys, Jackson Smith and Jigba is back on the sideline, helmet in hand. He came sprinting out of the locker room as you see him head back onto the field now after clearing his concussion evaluation. Clint Kubiak went up to him and said, "You good?" He gave him the affirmative, and Kubiak said, "Let's go score some more."
All right, so there is Smith and Jigba on that hit. Worked on his leg earlier on. He's out for this next play, which is a first down. They gave Shaheed forward progress, and the first down just passed the 41-yard line. Walker inside, Chason off the edge, brings him down, loss of a half yard.
Right now, New England is going to shift to basically a 6-man down line. And why are they doing that? Because they want them to throw the football. They simply cannot just allow them to run the ball down the field on them. So they're going to stack that line of scrimmage. If you want to throw, that gives our pass rushers a chance. That gives Gonzalez a chance.
Smith and Jigba working in motion. Darnold trying to set the screen the other way. It was blown up by that Patriots defense. Incomplete pass. Ball bounced. But New England was all over that
Ruling on the
screen.
field was an incomplete forward pass. No intentional grounding as number 9 was in the area.
And it's 3rd and long.
That had a little flash of the Denver game right there in it too. So they're bringing everybody here. Darnold steps back, and the pump fake is how Denver got in trouble last week. He did throw it forward though. But you can tell the momentum now is shifting because there's so much pressure on the offense to not turn it over here. 0. You're going to have an opportunity deep if you're willing to take it.
And here come the Patriots with pressure. Darnold setting it downfield, breaking free. Shaheed can't bring it in. Had a step on Carlton Davis. Just couldn't reel it in. And Seattle will punch it away after getting 1 first down.
Wow, that was an opportunity to end it right there. And you got one of the fastest players in football, and he's open. Just could not catch up to that one. And now the Patriots with a chance.
Trying to knock Davis's arm away as he was sprinting away. Dixon.
Oh, they almost got that.
Pressure is good. Jones can come up, get away from that ball. Dixon's kick will be stopped inside the 5. 5-star special teams play by the Seahawks. And the ability of Dixon to kick a hard-to-catch ball there got Jones to stay away and makes it a long field for May and company.
You got to catch that ball. You're the punt returner. You got to catch that ball because you know what it's going to happen to it.
But you remember Xavier Smith from the Rams muffed 2, in part because Dixon kicks that very tough to catch ball.
I got it, but this is professional football. If you're the punt returner, you got to catch the ball.
The ball comes to where it was first touched. So the Patriots have it at the 4-yard line with 10:40 to go. See if the momentum of the last drive continues. May from his own end zone. Oh, he had Hooper open. Incomplete.
I mean, it's almost unbelievable. I know you're standing in your own end zone. This is as wide open as you can get. Can you imagine if they hit that one and it breaks him out somewhere around the fit? He's just wide open. They blow the coverage. There's nobody there.
Pressure on, even Warren coming. Ramondre Stevenson's got a man out there. Hurdling him for the first down. Ramondre Stevenson saw it coming and hurdled Josh Jones.
That may be Drake May's best play of the night right there. He saw that blitz coming. He's standing in his own end zone, got it out quickly. Boom, let's go. Now he's starting to read this thing a little bit.
No huddle, right back to the line. Is May looking downfield, looking deep. There's nobody down there except Hollins and 3 Seahawks, and it's incomplete. There's no Hollins breaking free. Julian Love, the safety, had the deep locked down.
Well, that one almost got fair caught there. That was up for grabs for everybody, but when you get in this situation, I guess you got to go for a few throws, but that one was not what you would suggest there. Too many people around that.
Four-man rush, protected. Down, complete to Hunter Henry, 10-year veteran tight end. With a pickup of 3, it's 3rd down and medium coming up for New England as we dive under 10 minutes.
How close to this first down do you have to get to go for it here? I know there's a lot of time left.
The possessions are dwindling. Here comes the pressure. May stepping up, taking off. He's got the first down. And the best scrambling quarterback in the league numerically gets out to the 37-yard line.
So now they're spreading the formation and they're chipping here. But you have a 4-man rush, and there are gaps in a 4-man rush. There always has been. And so now by spreading out the defense, you're giving your quarterback a chance to do what he does best.
Pressure again coming from Witherspoon. Pass complete to Kyle Williams. And Chris, all of a sudden there's a rhythm to the New England offense. You can almost see a little confidence building.
Well, he's reading the defense now. He's seeing the blitz off the right side. He knows he's hot. He's got to throw it to the other way. These are the couple of best plays that he's had so far in this game.
8:50 to go. Trying to step up and shoot one downfield. It's intercepted. Ill-advised throw in the middle. Julian Love has it. Love 50, Love 40, and out of bounds at the 36-yard line.
Got nothing for you here. It's going to drop back, and they're going to have a crossing route in here eventually. But there's just no way that ball was going to be completed. I don't think it got hit.
No.
And it really wasn't that close to desperation time yet to where you just have to put it in harm's way.
And the pick for Julian Love's 7th year in the league out of Notre Dame. With the Giants his first 4 years, went to the Pro Bowl in 2023. Good veteran. One of the leaders of this Seattle defense. And he comes up with a pick here in the Super Bowl. Walker to the right, got a couple edge butts, and Kenneth Walker to the 25-yard line. As he takes his rushing total right around 118 yards on the night.
Just one of those plays that Seattle has run so well, and I think when you have a defense like this, you can begin to wear down the other team. But it really, you go back to the start of this game when there was no offense, and Kenneth Walker gave them something, right? That got this offense, that got this team started.
We're good. He has Seattle's 2 longest gains on the night. Patiently waits and holds open. Almost had it ripped away from him, but he's right at the first down marker at the 14-yard line.
All right, that may be the most patient run I've ever seen. Le'Veon Bell would be proud of this one.
Yes, he would.
Watch this. Skip, skip, skip to my loo. He's gone. I mean, that's professional football, right? I love that.
I mean, slow motion looks paused. Oh, opening there. Here we go.
Wow.
He has the first down. He's 128 rushing yards. Trying to add to it. Gain a couple. It's the final year of his rookie deal. He came in as a rookie. He was the second in the voting for the Offensive Rookie of the Year after he was drafted in the 2nd round. And these playoffs have given you a glimpse as to how good Kenneth Walker can be in big games.
And he's as casual with his stance as he is with his running style. He just stands straight up back there. He looks like he's not going to do anything too extreme, but he has filled in the gap. When Charbonnet got out, he had to have another guy step in, and he has done it.
Pretty even mix between the two. Walker bouncing to the outside. He almost faked himself out of that one. He was down at the 11-yard line. Just a gain of a yard. That'll bring up 3rd down, and the clock is moving fast now. 6:15 left in regulation. Field goal here, it would be a 15-point game, so still a 2-possession game. The time is running down fast for the Pats. You can't go fast enough for Mike McDonald in Seattle. Darnold slings it left. It is caught short of the first down for Smith and Jigbo's back in. Vrabel's going to take a timeout here with 5:35 to go. With the field goal attempt likely coming for the Seahawks to try to preserve some time here. If it is a 15-point game.
I'm just
Kraft group on the right. Robert Kraft. He's been to every Super Bowl the Patriots played. When they played the Super Bowl 20, he was there as a fan. Of course, he famously tells the story of being a season ticket holder, and then through his business success purchasing the Patriots, it has turned it into one of the best franchises in all of sports. Return here for Trevion Henderson, who goes back to try to add some sizzle to the return game, and he gets near the 40-yard line as he goes down. to give Drake Mason decent field position. Well, this is the second Super Bowl played here when the Carolina Panthers were here against Denver in Super Bowl 50. Drake May had a seat with his dad in section 108. Melissa asked him about it right before kickoff, and Drake said it is cool. And he even talked to us about it before the playoff run began. With the full circle opportunity, kid from Carolina wearing a Cam Newton jersey. Now he's got a bunch of people wearing his jersey in the stands. It has not been the game he hoped for. Still time here at 5.5, but this relentless Seattle defense continues to have a night. Their 6th sack. Byron Murphy.
Mike, this is with a 4-man rush. You know, you're not going to win unless you can block a 4-man rush with your guys.
Try it again. May slings it out. Andre Stevenson, stiff arm, will get out of bounds. Now under 5 minutes. That will stop the clock at 4:57.
It's not over. I mean, how many games have we seen here with 5 minutes to go? 2 scores is what we're talking about here. So they just need to hit some more plays. And obviously 4 down territory from here will give you that advantage.
Use the sideline. Get out of bounds when you can. Take what you can. Got to get a first down here. 3rd and 8. And May throws. It's complete to tight end Henry to the 44-yard line. So that gets New England into Seattle territory.
I would be at record pace here. I'm trying to not let these guys substitute in and out. They did get a substitution in there.
And they bring a pressure as well. And May get it knocked out as Witherspoon came under pressure. And Uchenna Nwosu is going the distance for a touchdown.
Same blitz, Mike, has killed them all night long. They just cannot come up with answers, and it's not that difficult, and it's to the open side for Drake May, and this is going to be just a learning experience tonight.
It feels like Witherspoon's been coming on that blitz 10 times in this game, and that one got there finally. Tying a Super Bowl record with that, counting as a sack, so that's 7. One of the best defensive performances in Super Bowl history put up by the Seahawks tonight. $29-7.
Same blitz, right? They're going to come here, they're going to go there, and here's the side, because as a quarterback, you have vision to that side, but he has not seen that blitz, and he hasn't had an answer for it. He did show a few answers, but you just have to sometimes tip your cap to the other team. They were physically tougher and stronger, and mentally they got the job done against us too.
Comes out, and Nwosu comes up and gets it right out of the air. Well, Sam Darnold's the first USC quarterback to start a Super Bowl, and Nwosu, another Trojan, fights on to the end zone. It's been an uphill fight all night for the Patriots. K9, as he's known, Kenneth Walker welcomes the defense back as the dark side defense has been lights out.
I don't even know if I could pick a side.
A whistle here and a flag thrown as this kickoff was taking place.
The ball was not made ready for play. We'll redo the free kick.
You have to get the ready for play from the officials before you can kick off. And by the way, just adding to the Super Bowl history, that extra point by Myers gives him 17 points, 5 field goals, and a couple of extra points. And Jason Myers has the most points by a kicker in Super Bowl history. The Patriots' James White in that 28-3 comeback had 20 points. Jalen Hurts had 20 for Philadelphia against Kansas City in Super Bowl 57. All ready for play this time. Kyle Williams will take a knee, and New England will bring it out to the 35.
This has been one brilliant game by the secondary of the Seahawks. We talked about the pass rush a lot, but across the board, the coverage of Devin Witherspoon and Nick Emanwari and Kobe Bryant and Julian Love. Think about all the things we've talked about. Reek Woolen ended up on the wrong side of the field, gave up 1 touchdown. Josh Jobe has been so physical, intimidating in some ways here tonight. I didn't think it was possible to do what they've done to these receivers from New England.
May underneath, Demario Douglas. Good stop and start to get close to the first down as we were preparing for the game, and we kept looking at tape after tape of this Seattle defense and saying, wow, really good, really good, really good. I asked you, Legion of Boom, are there any comparisons? It's different schematically.
It is.
But the impact isn't.
No, it's not. But they didn't have all of those 6 defensive backs and blitzes. And, you know, these guys are sitting up there with that front 4 and just wreaking havoc. And then the guys on the back end are cashing it in.
May to Austin Hooper. Scored a touchdown against the Patriots in that 28-3 comeback. He was with the Falcons then, and had a touchdown to make that Super Bowl 14-0. He's with the Patriots this season after some time with Las Vegas. Of course, Josh McDaniels, the offensive coordinator, the head coach with the Raiders, head coach with Denver, and now back for a 3rd stint with the Pats. May taking off, sliding down at the 36-yard line. Nick Emanwari was lurking. It's a penalty marker down.
Holding. Offense, number 65. 10-yard penalty. Replay first down.
It's on the center, Garrett Bradbury. It's the 3rd on New England tonight.
Yeah, I think Drake May saying, I wish you'd have started holding a little earlier. I mean, he has just been getting smoked tonight. It's not all on that line. It's not all on the quarterback. And it's not all on the wide receivers. But none of them have had a collective night tonight.
Ball was at the wrong 49-yard line, properly spotted here. Protection in, Ramondre Stevenson leaking out, gets to the sideline after a minimal gain. Chris, we talked about the old Legion of Boom and this new secondary, all rebuilt. 2 of the builds by that man, John Schneider, president of football operations, the GM of these Seahawks now, 16 years, taking them back to the Super Bowl. He started in Green Bay for 8 years. So impressive to build 1 Super Bowl championship team and run, and he's built a 2nd one now.
And, you know, this time without Pete Carroll.
Yes.
So, and they were very close to a 3rd, except for Malcolm Butler making the play on the goal line.
And how impactful is John Schneider? Well, Mike McDonald was making the decision of where he was going to be a head coach when he was being courted a couple of years ago. And the time spent with John Schneider and his wife when he got off the plane is what convinced him to take the offer from Seattle and being in place of the Seahawks head coach. May has a double clutch, fires to Diggs, who hangs on inside the 10. Diggs has it right around the 7-yard line. It'll be 1st and goal for the Patriots.
If you'd have told me that Stephon Diggs was going to have as little impact on this game as he has against the zone defense, I wouldn't have believed it.
Timeout McDonald. He came down because Seattle was trying to get bodies on the field. So he'll burn his 2nd here with 2:32 to go. So there's a phrase around the Seattle team, chasing edges. What does that mean? It's just getting that little extra thing. And in our production meeting with Mike, I asked him, can you describe yourself to America? Because he's going to be a Super Bowl coach who's very anonymous to most of the country. And he sat there. And he sat there. And he sat there. He's very selfless, doesn't like talking about himself, but I think we're going to get to know him very well in the next few years.
Well, what was interesting, too, is that he admitted in the opening session with the team this year that I really have to improve as a public speaker. I felt like I could have been better for you, and that vulnerability played really well in the room.
First and goal from May. And his end zone shot with Hollins. It's incomplete. It's a good point, Chris, because the coach showing vulnerability right at the start allowed all the corrections or the feedback to be from a much more positive place for these players.
Well, and the other thing they did was they switched out what they were doing on the offensive side, right? It just wasn't matching his vision of this football team. And once they made that change, you could see offense, defense, special teams, it was all one.
It wasn't just Darnold, it was the new coordinator, Kubiak, and might be looking for another coordinator if Kubiak takes this Raiders job as his report. May stepping up, throwing it out. Stevenson takes it off his shoe tops and scores a touchdown. Looked like May was going to run it in. The last second flipped it towards Ramondre Stevenson. Going to look at it to make sure that he caught it before it hit the ground.
And I think May thought that...
Wow, yeah, he got it.
I think May thought that he had made a mistake. He grabbed his helmet as soon as he threw it.
Yeah.
It's a touchdown. Watch May. He's like, oh, I can't believe I did that. Touchdown.
We're going to go for 2 this time around. Trying to make it a 14-point game. And he slings it to the back. Henry is hit hard as he went up for that ball. And both players involved in the collision are down. It's Hunter Henry and Kobe Bryant as they were both going for the ball, and both, well, Henry gets up right away. The Seattle athletic training staff out to look at Bryant.
So even though he got there a little bit early, no foul because he has the right to go for the football.
Good to see both players get up and walk off after that big hit. 2-pointers no good. 29-13 the score with 2:21 to go. There are no surprise onside kicks anymore. You have to declare as such, and you would imagine that New England would do that here. Onside kicks, we have not had one in the postseason, and the success rate remains down at 10%, 5 of 52. And you think of that rule changing, and you understand with the kickoff rules, but it means you'll never see one of the great plays in Super Bowl history, the Thomas Morstead onside kick, surprised to start the second half to steal the extra possession for Sean Payton and the Saints.
I'll never forget it. I was at the concession stand. Saw it on television.
That's right. Well, congrats to all the folks in this host committee in the San Francisco Bay Area. Levi's Stadium hosting its second Super Bowl. 70,823 here in Santa Clara for this one. And another great job of hosting the event. Third time, as we said before, in the Bay Area. Second in Levi's. All right, so we'll see which way Borregales will go with the onside kick. Has to travel 10 yards before the offense can touch it. And Seattle needed a Kodak moment, got a picture of it. They'll take their last timeout. That means their special teams coach will go to work, and their special teams coach is a familiar name in football. It's a Harbaugh. Jeremy Springer's the New England special teams coach. Jay Harbaugh, 36 years old. He's the second-year special teams coach. He is Jim Harbaugh's son. Jim made it to the game. The whole crew, his entire family in the RV, they came up. Jay's been around Dad from back in his playing days with the Colts. Been on opposite sides in the preseason and part of a coaching family multi-generation. Look at that picture with Jim, when Jay on the opposite side there. We're at Michigan, of course. John, who's now with the Giants, and Jack, the dad. 3 generations of football coaches.
If you ever want to talk a little ball, that's a good spot.
Gotta have it here for the Pats. It's a twister, and it bounced cleanly to George Holani, and he's able to recover it. And the Seahawks have it at the Patriots 45 with 2:20 to go in this 29-13 game, and that means it's time to get ready for the party.
Oh, stirring and stirring and stirring, my brew.
Coaches never want to think anything about it. They're just thinking forward, make sure there are no mistakes, handle it the right way. But nefarious acts are being planned behind them. Seattle out of timeouts. So England's got 2 left. Walker got the edge block, wants to stay in bounds, and smartly dives forward. You will see the sideline reacting, yelling. It was 1. Stay in bounds. So Vrabel can take his 2nd timeout.
I wonder how many yards he's made tonight after going backwards. He kind of goes out, and then he jumps back, and then his speed allows him to get around the edge. He's had some night, though. He really has.
Yes. For those of you keeping score at home, the Nwosu touchdown is credited as an interception return for a touchdown, not a fumble return, which means there is no sack on the play. So the Seattle sack total goes back from 7, which tied a Super Bowl record, now back down to 6. So there's the official scoring change. 1 timeout left for New England to take.
180! What's up?
Crowd the line with everyone. Darnold just keeps it and slides down. New England will take its last timeout here with 2:10 remaining.
One of the 2 of them went the wrong way, so mix up there.
Tough night, 2nd year as a quarterback for Drake May, and you come to the Super Bowl, you don't know if you'll ever be back. Just ask Dan Marino about that. But Chris, for Sam Darnold, there was a lot of good positive feelings. So many players from around the league come into the Super Bowl city for appearances, Radio Row, media conversation, and a lot of them said they were pulling for Sam Darnold, a symbol of the resiliency that pro athletes go through.
You know, Mike, it reminds me a little bit of Joe Flacco's year. He had that perfect playoff run, remember? And for a guy who led the league in turnovers, for him to be perfect here, look out!
Walker to the house, but there is a flag down. Kenneth Walker takes it in for the touchdown. Penalty marker down on the play.
Holding. Offense number 61. 10-yard penalty. 3rd down.
Center Jalen Sundell. He doesn't believe it, but it might be the reason that hole opened up. Let's see.
Right there.
On Robert Spillane. Well, that might have been an MVP changing run if Walker got to 170 yards and a touchdown. And he thought he had his moment. And a Super Bowl touchdown.
I wonder how Dad reacted.
Oh, no. Seattle has their backup center, Oluwatimi, in there to block from the backfield as Walker goes forward for a yard. And the 2-minute warning. Hang time under 2 seconds. Grade 10 out of 10. The get off was under 2 seconds. Beg your pardon.
You have had a night tonight, haven't you?
Special teams?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
15 punts, 5 field goals.
Nobody happier when it's a great special teams night. You are the winner. I vote for you for MVP.
Patriots out of timeout. Down 16. There's Stephon Diggs underneath to the 12. All his games, his long career, a decade in the league, finally getting to the Super Bowl for the very first time. We're still looking forward to having a big night in the big game. Austin Hooper, the first down around the 17-yard line. Patriot team started 1-2. Remember, 4-win team, and we saw them week 5 at Orchard Park beat the then 4-0 Bills. That was a open your eye wow moment that Drake May and this team may have something going. Pass caught by Mac Hollins, forward progress of first down. And people doubted the schedule, saying it was one of the weakest for a team to ever win a division. It's one of the weakest schedules in 25 years. Here comes the pressure one more time from Witherspoon. Finally picked up as the flag is down and May is sacked.
Offside. Defense, number 7, lined up in the neutral zone. 5-yard penalty. Replay first down.
On Nwosu. They got through the playoff games. They were difficult playoff games and good defenses they played.
Really good.
Too much tonight.
But even better defense out here tonight. I mean, really, it's been consistent. I mean, it really has been. This is a defense that nobody has been able to crack the code on. Maybe the Rams a little.
May on the run. With another flag down. The downfield fling is incomplete. 39 seconds left. May helped up by Mike Vrabel. See that? I'm reminded of Vrabel getting to May, even though he's a year 2 quarterback. I'm talking leadership.
Illegal use of hands, hands to the face. Defense, number 27. 5-yard penalty, automatic, first down.
And he essentially told May, you got to fake it till you make it. Like, you need to be a leader as a quarterback. You can't wait to have a 4,000-yard season. And that really developed as time went on this year.
It did, and I can't help but think a little bit of the other side of the ball and Sam Darnold.
Yeah.
5th team. How many people gave up on him? I mean, nobody's given up on Drake May, right? We all know he's going to be a star in this game, but Sam Darnold to come back and do what he's done in this Super Bowl and in the entirety of these playoffs, just can't say enough about it.
You're right, Chris, for all that doubted, all that wondered, all who gave up on him. He's going to be a Super Bowl champion. Final 20 seconds. May loading up, taking a shot downfield into coverage. It's incomplete. Intended for Kayshon Boutte with 12 seconds remaining.
There's your newest superstar in the coaching ranks right there. Everybody seems to want one of those young coaches that can last many, many years as your head coach. Guess what, Seattle? We found one.
And there he is, the 36-year-olds. McVay and Tomlin won the Super Bowl, and he'll become the 3rd youngest head coach to win a Super Bowl. It's in the hands, Trevion Henderson, trying to get to the sideline. Keeps going to the 29, and that will do it. Seattle reigns above them all in the NFL. The Seahawks, Super Bowl champions for the 2nd time.
He deserved that bat. What an incredible job he's done.
What a shot. Take it all in. Take it all in. Melissa's start is with Kenneth Walker.
Kenneth, you're looking around, the confetti's falling, you just won the Super Bowl. What are your emotions?
I don't know, it's just a dream come true, you know, because a lot of people, they'll play their whole career and never make it this far in their career, so it's a blessing. You know, I thank Coach McDonald and the team, you know, for sticking together.
Yeah, And we heard how connected this team is over and over again. How special is it to win with these guys?
It's great, because we went through adversity throughout the season, but we stayed together. That adversity showed who we were as a team, and we got a brotherhood going on right now, and it's special.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Let's go to Kaylee.
Thanks, Melissa. Devin, you have been called the heart of this defense, and now you are a Super Bowl champion. Describe the emotion.
It's crazy, It's a one-of-a-kind feeling, bro. You talk about a group of guys who battle every day, bro, who believe in each other, believe in their coach. I mean, you can't describe this group no better, man. It's just a one-of-a-kind feeling, bro. I was just so happy to battle with these guys, We went through a lot, but we believe. And all y'all doubters out there who said all that other stuff, y'all don't know what's going on in this building, man. We 1-1 over here. It's a one-of-a-kind feeling.
Your defense was the toughest to score on this season. You didn't make it any easier tonight. What fueled you?
Just being able to be here. We did this all year long, man. We treated every game the same. We never got our hopes up too high. We never got complacent. We just kept battling, And you talk about a group of guys who stay together, who gonna fight for each other all game, every game. I mean, you can't describe this team no better than that, bro. I'm just so proud of my brothers and my organization, man, my team. I'm just happy, man, I'm happy for the 12s, too. You see these people who came out here to support us? It's a one-of-a-kind fan base, and it just means everything to get them another ring. So we finna celebrate in Seattle on that parade.
When you and Jackson Smith and Jigba met for the first time, when you were drafted in the first round together 3 years ago, you shared a mission to bring a Super Bowl back to Seattle. How did that partnership between you two make this a reality?
I mean, it meant everything, You talking about two guys, when we first came together, we was the first two drafted, so we was able to see the facility and everything first. And we made a promise to each other, we gonna be able to do this. We gonna be able to turn this program around. We be able to win this Super Bowl, man. You talking about battling every year, who had a rough couple years early, but we're talking about battling, man. Every day, coming to work every day like it's our last. Never giving up, man. Talking about keep working. I mean, it's hard to put this into words, bro, but I'm talking about my brother, man. It ain't no better feeling to celebrate with him.
Well, go celebrate with him now.
Oh, yeah, definitely. I'm finna have a drink or two or maybe three. Who knows? Hey, thank y'all so much for y'all time. Time to go celebrate with my guys, man. Thank you.
Thank you. Mike.
Kaylee, thank you. Well, it was Mike McDonald who said it on the podium after the NFC Championship game in front of all the 12s in Seattle. Yeah, you had to go through your two division rivals. People weren't giving you a lot of credit. He said very clear, we did not care. And that was a bit of the attitude that you heard in the comments there, Devin Witherspoon, as this Seattle team has climbed to the top of the mountain in the NFL and won the Super Bowl. Melissa.
Well, we have Sam Darnold down here. Sam, what does this moment mean?
It's unbelievable. Just everything that's happened in my career, but to do it with this team, I wouldn't want it any other way. So proud of our guys, our defense. I mean, I can't say enough great things about our defense, our special teams. I know we won the Super Bowl, but we could have been a little bit better on offense, but I don't care about that right now. It's an unbelievable feeling, man. I'm just so happy for the guys in the locker room and the coaches that put in so much effort throughout the whole season.
You mentioned everything you've been through, all the ups and downs, all the teams. How did all of that experience help you get to right here?
I think that's it. I think all my teammates, all my coaches I've ever had, always believing in me. I've always believed in myself because of my family and my friends. So it's as simple as that. As long as you believe in yourself, anything's possible.
Congratulations, a Super Bowl champion.
Thank you.
In the same draft class with Baker Mayfield and Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson. He was the first to get to a Super Bowl, and he's the one who gets the ring. The Seattle Seahawks, the 17th franchise to win multiple Super Bowl titles. This one, like the last one, defined by their defense. Cooper Kupp, 2 Super Bowl titles, 2 different teams. Wasn't the MVP of this Super Bowl, but had a big role. Patriots defense played well on this night, but for Christian Gonzalez, that effort in vain. He feels that pain. Stephon Diggs, a decade in the league, finally got to the big game, but could not come up with the big moments in part because Drake May, the second-year quarterback, was under pressure throughout. Extraordinary season for Mike Vrabel from 4 wins last year, takes over, gets him to the Super Bowl. But the celebration and the splash belong to Mike McDonald at age 38, 12 years after being hired as an intern. Entering the NFL, he's now atop the football world. Seattle's the Super Bowl 60 champ. The Walmart postgame show comes up after these messages.
Ждущую утра над белым запушенным садом и небо, книгу между книг найдешь в душе опустошенной. Вновь образ матери склоненный, и в этот несравненный миг узоры на стекле фонарном. Мороз, оледенивший кровь, твоя холодная любовь. Все вспыхнет в сердце благодарно. Ты все благословишь тогда, поняв, что жизнь безмерно более, чем квантум сатисбран до воли, а мир прекрасен, как всегда. Благословишь тогда, поняв, что жизнь безмерно более, чем квантум сатисбран до воли, а мир прекрасен, как всегда. Мир прекрасен, как всегда. По вечерам над ресторанами горячий воздух дико глух, и правит окриками пьяными весенний тлетворный дух. Вдали над пылью переулочной, над скукой загородных дач, чуть золотится крендель булочной, и раздается детский плач. И каждый вечер за шлагбаумами, заламывая котелки, среди канав гуляют с дамами испытанные остряки. Над озером скрипят уключены, и раздается женский визг, а в небе ко всему приученный бессмысленно кривится диск. И каждый вечер вдруг единственный в моем стакане отражен, и влагой терпкой и таинственной, как я смиренный оглушен. Горячий воздух дико глух и пролито криками пьяными весенний и тлетворный дух. Вдали над пылью переулочной, над скукой загородных дач чуть золотится крендель булочной, и раздается детский плач. И каждый вечер за шлагбаумами, заламывая котелки, среди канав гуляют с дамами испытанные остряки. Над озером скрипят уключами, и раздается женский визг, а в небе ко всему приученный бессмысленно кривится диск. И каждый вечер друг единственный в моем стакане отражен, и влагой терпкой и таинственной, как я смиренный оглушен.
Стоите на моем пути, такая живая, такая красивая, но такая измученная. Говорите все печально, думаете о смерти, никого не любите и презираете свою красоту. Что ж, разве я обижу вас? О нет, ведь я не насильник, не обманщик и не гордец. Хотя много знаю, слишком много думаю с детства и слишком занят собой. Ведь я сочинитель, человек, называющий все по имени, отнимающий аромат у живого цветка. Сколько ни говорите о печальном, сколько ни размышляете о концах и началах, все же я смею думать, что вам только 15 лет. И потому я хотел бы, чтобы вы влюбились в простого человека, который любит землю и небо.